live to last. Take two, live to last. And it's not focusing. Hello, hi. Okay.
It's focusing now.
62 minutes should be enough.
Would you like me to sit like here?
Yes, so you're actually going to, we want you to sit straight on.
Okay.
So we're just gonna be talking.
Okay.
And then when you answer the question, try and rephrase it back. So if I say,
I know.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Okay, we need to make sure we don't look at this display, but we look at the camera.
Hi, I'm Abby. And I'm Sabrina. We live in a pretty crazy, beautiful world, and we love it. But we've come to realize that our actions and the actions of our community have begun to threaten this beauty.
One of the biggest culprits to this problem is the trash that our society produces. That is why we have set out on a mission to educate our community through this film to start taking action and making changes in our lifestyle to help preserve this beautiful world.
After all, we shouldn't just live on this planet to love its beauty. How about we start to live to last?
The first step to finding a solution to our waste problem is identifying how much waste we produce. We reached out to 6 members of our community and asked them how much waste they think they produce in a week.
Well, on an average day, we, in our apartment, we create a bag of garbage that big and throw it away every day.
Well, we're a family of 6, so we generate a lot of trash. I bet I take out our trash can in the kitchen every day and a half.
Myself, I think I produce a half a pound.
An average day, I think I produce quite a lot of trash, considering me throwing away plates, cups, and napkins.
Well, as it turns out, it can be pretty difficult to figure out how much waste we are actually producing. We need to find out what it is we are actually throwing away each week. And this is what we found.
So each week I produce milk.
Milk from a milk carton.
Milk cartons.
Orange juice bottle.
Orange juice.
Yes, packaging.
Plastic.
Paper packaging.
Plastic egg containers.
Paper towels,
Paper towels.
Paper towel.
paper plates,
Disposable cups and then plastic water bottles.
bottles of water,
Plastic cups.
Cereal boxes.
Kleenex.
Toothpaste,
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
shampoo and conditioner,
Notebook paper.
Soft drink bottles.
Wrappers.
Plastic filters.
Individual plastic yogurts.
Aluminum foil or plastic.
containers.
Plastic bottles. There's a lot of plastic.
It can be pretty surprising when you realize how many items in our lives end up in the trash bin and eventually the landfill. This is due to the favorite concept of 21st century American industry, disposability. First, we asked our participants what they think this means.
The word disposable means that something can be thrown away.
It is something that you can easily throw away, something that you don't have to wash or reuse.
There are 2 kinds of disposable things. One are disposable things that quickly degrade and therefore become compost. There is a second category of disposables, which are plastics, which aren't really disposable because they're recycled. There are the third category of disposables, which are the things like plastic containers and plastic bags that take 1,000 years to degrade.
The common theme here is that a disposable item can be easily thrown away. In fact, it's meant to be thrown away after use and placed in the landfill. If an object's original intention is to be used once and then discarded, then it is a disposable item. With that in mind, our participants began to see that much of the waste they produce is made of disposables.
These items on my list are disposable, but I also think that some of them are recyclable.
So is recyclable trash? That's, seems to me it's a totally different definition of trash. The list reminds you what is recyclable and what isn't. And it also reminds you how much of what we use is a paper product, which I think is quickly biodegradable. I assume paper products that go into the garbage go to the garbage dump where things decompose.
And here's where we can get confused. First, paper products and organic matter do not decompose as you think they would in the landfill. Because the paper products and organic matter are under so much trash in the landfill, they are not supplied a proper amount of oxygen during the decomposition process. This results in an excessive amount of methane being produced, a gas more powerful than carbon dioxide.
Second, products that are recyclables are still disposables if they are made to be used only once. In fact, even if a product makes it to the recycling stage, it is unlikely that it will be recycled again. This means that this product will eventually end up in our landfills, and the majority in our oceans.
Speaking of, did you know there's a garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean 3 times the size of the country France?
Yes, we've heard before that they're about this patch of garbage in the Pacific Ocean. It's really distressing, very concerning. It's horrible.
It makes me sad that there is a garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean that is 3 times the size of France, because it makes you realize how excessive our society is.
I don't think it's really shocking on my end because we do go through tons of trash, so it's not that surprising.
That's right. It shouldn't be surprising. We as a society produce so much trash that there's a patch of garbage consuming our ocean and its wildlife. So what can we do about it? It starts with 5 steps. And as the founder of the Zero Waste movement, Bea Johnson, says,
so to achieve zero waste at home, we simply follow 5 rules in order. So 1, we refuse what we do not need. 2, we reduce what we do need. 3, we reuse by swapping anything that's disposable for a reusable alternative and buying secondhand. 4, we recycle only what we cannot refuse, reduce, or reuse. And 4th, we rot, that is compost the rest.
First, we must refuse the unnecessary and wasteful items. This should start with the most detrimental item in our waste system, plastic. Just think, if you started to say no to the plastic water bottle at the end of a race, or deciding not to eat fast food because of the accompanying waste, imagine how much less waste we could all produce.
next, we must reduce what we actually do need in our lives. This could be as simple as being more thoughtful with the leftovers in our fridge.
Third, we can learn to reuse the items that we already have. If they are no longer suitable for their original purpose, try and find another way that they could be used.
And finally, if all of the above are not doable, you can resort to recycling and rotting or composting items at the end of life. We decided to show our participants some items they could swap out for disposables to reduce the amount of waste they produce.
Glass jar.
A glass jar. A mason jar.
This is a glass jar. Perfect for collecting bulk food at the grocery store, whilst placing the disposable alternative of packaged food.
Useful for storing any leftover food or juice. Well, this is bees wrap, almost like wax paper.
This is beeswax wrap. Use this rather than aluminum foil or plastic wrap when you need to store snacks or other produce.
Seal with the warmth of your hands. Store fruit naturally. Keep away from heat. Washable.
Okay, we've learned something here. Bees wrap.
Or you could put vegetables in it.
These are cloth produce bags. These are perfect for holding produce that you would normally put into plastic bags.
Reusable utensils. I love it. So fork, spoon, knife, and chopsticks.
These are bamboo utensils. Rather than using plastic utensils when you're out to eat, use these instead.
And if you're going to a restaurant or going on a picnic or something like that, instead of having to use the plastic products that are at the restaurant, you can just keep these in your purse and take them with you.
But, you know, figuring out what to do with this mess is a problem and people really have to focus on it. We have the water fight between Georgia and Alabama and Florida over water. And there are going to, as the years go by, there are going to be more and more water wars, for sure.
50 years, I don't know where our society will be in 50 years if we keep producing this much trash. And I do think about what happens when we run out of landfill space, because land is finite. Like, there's only so much land that we can use, and we don't want our land to be overrun with trash and not be able to use it for the things that it's meant to be used for. It's scary to think about where it might be.
We know there can be a lot of questions associated with reducing your waste. For many things, like collecting fresh produce, there is a simple alternative to using a disposable item. However, some things are yet to have a solution. The zero waste movement was not created with the intention that every household produce zero trash. In fact, in our society, that is literally impossible.
What we can do is to start being more intentional with what we purchase, what we consume, and what we do with these items when they no longer have use to us. It is with this mindset that we can come together as a community and make change. How about we live to last?